Today let's take a look at the recap of the Duelist Advanced set introduction stream, and I was at work, and this video is going to be really late compared to a few others, about 4 hours, maybe 4.5 hours, but we have quite a bit to go over and a lot of the rarities to go through. So, of course, the cover card is going to be a ultra rare for number F0 Utopic Future Zexal, which honestly is very obvious that was going to happen. Then we also have common and super rares for Zubababa, Gaga Gaga Gambara, and Go 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 Goblinberg. So overall, very understandable. And then we have Dodododo Warrior being an ultra rare, which honestly, for what it does, it definitely deserves it. Then we have the Gaga 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 Girl, the 4-God Girl. She is a secret rare, and honestly, makes a lot of sense. She's a really good rank 4 monster that could bridge both any of rank 4 engine, from something like Bitsurugi to the Onomats, or even from Ryzeal to the Onomats. And honestly, this is absolutely fine because of how powerful she is. And then we have the triple Gaga Utopic Tactics as a common or a super rare. So overall, rarities are fine on this, and let's get into the new Monarch cards. So Eidos, the Underworld Monarch, is an ultra rare, completely understandable because of how useful it is. Tessera is a common or a super, and then the 3 spells, or the 3 spell trap cards, are common and super rare as well. And a lot of the name changes are really nice, like Monarch's Master Plan, and even, I love Monarchic Perfection. That's a really nice name, and the Monarch's Revolt as well. Now we go into the psychic stuff. We have Mind Protector as a common, Parallel Teleporter as a common or super. This is kind of shocking. Teleporter Fusion, or Teleport Fusion, is a common super as well. Silent Psychic Magician is another common super. This stuff is going to be very cheap. That's crazy. Cross Mind Archfiend, another probably super rare. Psychic Blaster MK2 is another common super, along with Absolute Axon Kicker being another common super. Kind of sad that this is an ultra rare to match the Ultimate Axon Kicker. Yeah, kind of sad, to be honest. Then we have the Archmage. Archmagia has been turned to Archmage, which honestly, I like that name change. And as we could see, Finmail is a secret rare, Graflare is an ultra, and Litera is a common or super, along with Medius or Medeus the Pure being an ultra rare, like it was confirmed a while ago. So seeing this as an ultra rare in the main set and a secret rare as a promo is really nice, and honestly I like that way better instead of being an ultra rare promo at sneak peek when you can pull a secret rare out of the set for a higher rarity. Then we have Archmage Academic Arcane Art Acropolis. Kevin with the namings. Alliterations. You have the quintuple A field spell. This is the best field spell because it is not a hard once per turn, where you can literally get all your Archmage monsters from the deck, which is honestly really good for a field spell, being able to grab every single Archmage monster from the deck to the hand, and then you just get a additional normal summon with Medius the Pure. And overall, this is a really good secret rare, and it's gonna be a 3 of, because hey, it gets to add every single name of the deck, and it gets better going on because there will probably be more Archmagias in the future. We have Archmage Power Patron. It is a whopping common or super. I was kind of thinking this was going to be an ultra rare because it's one of the main parts of the Power Patrons. We also have our lovely fusion monster, Dicortus, being a secret rare, and along with that, we have Nerva, the Power Patron of Creation, as another secret rare. So this deck gets 3 secret rares, and that's kind of a hefty toll there. With all your spells, or 3 of your spells being common or super, where you could Theorize, Masterwork, Succession, and Assault are all common super, where we have Alteration being an ultra rare. Makes sense because this card places the field spell from the grave or deck. Then we also have Archmagia Varnish being or I mean Pact Awakening being uncommon or super. So realistically, that's fine. 3 secret rares for the deck is quite a bit though, along with 2 ultras. They're really wanting to push this like Fallen Albaz, but I don't think it's going to be like Fallen Albaz, but that's absolutely fine. And for the last bit of things that were known about, we have the next WCQ regional qualifier map for the 2026 season, the 2025-2026 season, and it is the Sky Striker Ace Link monster that comes out of Duelist Advance. And honestly, I really like this. This is really nice. And now let's get into the Rebel bots. These are very interesting of a theme, as I read them when I was going out to dinner. And the one thing that I could not stop thinking about when I read the first 2 effect monsters of the deck was a card for Morphictronics being double tool C and D, because we're literally getting a driller and cutter. So I think they just reuse this concept from Power Tool Dragon onto this. But let's get into it and let's talk about Rebel bots. Or what are they actually called? They are called what? Oh yeah, literally Rebel bots. That's kind of a name, because we have the Gaten and along with Vulcan. I could already see a lot of the jokes, but we have first RB the Brute Blues. It's a wind machine link effect monster that points all down with 1500 attack, and it takes 2+ machine monsters, and it gains the following effects while this card points to an RB monster. Gains attack equal to total attack of RB monsters it points to, can make a second attack each battle phase, and it cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect. And during your main phase, you can add 1 Rebel Bot card from your deck to your hand, and you can only use this effect once per turn. So that is a hard once per turn effect on adding a RB card from the deck to the hand, which honestly is fine. But for a Link monster, I kind of expected it to do a little more, but it is what it is. Now we have RB Gaten Driller and RB Gaten Cutter. These are attachments you can have to the link zone that they point to, and it is a very interesting combination. Now, all 3 monsters have the same starting effect. If you control no face-up monsters, the only face-up monsters you control are RB monsters, you could special summon this card from your hand. As we also have RB Vulcan Rocket. So all 3 of them can special summon themselves from the hand if you have no face-up monsters or only RB monsters. Now, you can only special summon each of them once per turn that way. And for our Driller, during the main phase, if this card is linked to an RB Link monster, quick effect, pay 500 life points, you can. Then target 1 monster your opponent controls, destroy both that monster and this card, and you can only use this effect of Driller once per turn, while with Cutter, when your opponent activates a spell, trap, or effect is activated, and this card is linked to an RB Link monster, quick effect, pay 700 life points, destroy this card, and if you do, negate that effect, and if you do that, destroy that card. So it's a spell or trap card negate on Cutter. I think this is going to be more of a 2 of 3 of, while Driller is probably going to be a 1 or 2 of. But right now, you only have 3 main deck names, so you want to max out on them as much as you can. Which, honestly, it's fine. And, honestly, I was expecting a little different from what they are. They're kind of like the Legion, Armateo Legion archetype, I think that's the name. Kind of like that, but not really. And now let's get to RB Vulcan Rocket and Vulcan Booster. Boosters and Ultra along with Brute Blues, so that's 2 of your Ultra slots going for it. Now for the whole entire Vulcan Rocket, it's 1000 attack and 1000 defense, and if you control no face-up monsters, like the other 2, you can special summon this card from the hand, and you can only special summon Vulcan Rockets once per turn this way. If this card is linked to an RB monster, you can pay 1000, then target up to 2 cards your opponent controls, destroy them. Also this card, and if you do, inflict 500 damage for each card destroyed, and you can only use each effect once per turn. So Overall, I see a gimmick here where it's 500, 500, level 3, 700, 700, level 4, and then 1,000, 1,000 for the level 5. So they're going up in increments overall, so that's really cool. Being an interruption by destroying up to 2 cards your opponent controls is really good. And honestly, one of the better cards of the deck next to our Spell and Trap card Negate. Next up, we're going to be looking at Vulcan Booster. It's a Link 2 fire monster that points up and down with 500 attack, and it takes 2 machine monsters. If this card is Link Summon, you can add 1 RB spell from your deck to your hand, and if this card is in the extra monster zone, you can special summon 1 RB monster from your hand to graveyard in defense position. Then you can move this card you control to another of your main monster zones. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except machine monsters with 1500 attack or less, and you can only use each effect once per turn. So being able to reborn anything, and it's a then you can move it, which is very useful. But honestly, sometimes you don't want to move your Link 2 just in case if you have another play that you want to go into, because that also locks you from summoning stuff from the extra deck that doesn't have 1500 attack or less. Overall, it's a good Link 2 for the deck, being able to recycle almost everything that it has, and honestly, definitely think that you're going to be summoning Cutter or even Brute Blues from the graveyard if need be. Then we have the RB Funk Dock and RB Stage Landing. Now, these are 2 of the spell cards, the only 2 for now, and I love how it doesn't mention trap cards at all in this deck, so it's probably just going to be all spell cards. But let's take a look at the field spell real quick. When this card is activated, add 1 RB card from your deck to your hand, except RB Funk Dock, and each time a monster your opponent controls is destroyed by battle or card effect, you gain 500 life points. If a face-up RB monster you control leaves the field by a card effect, except during the damage step, you can special summon 1 RB monster from your deck. And you can only use this effect of RB Funk Dock once per turn, and you can only activate 1 Funk Dock per turn. So, overall, it's a good field spell. Being able to add any of your RB cards from deck to hand when it's activated, really good. And just being able to special summon 1 from deck if you destroy one of your RB cards just by their effects alone. So they all replace themselves over time through the duel, which is very interesting because you could cycle from Rocket to Driller to Cutter, which is absolutely fine, and then Cutter can loop back into Rocket. Now, outside of that, let's take a look at Stage Landing. Being a normal spell card is secret rare, this is probably going to be the best card in the deck. Special summon 1 RB monster from your deck or extra deck with a different name than the cards you control. If an RB monsters you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you could banish this card from your graveyard instead. But you cannot special summon from the extra deck the turn you activated this card, except machine monsters with 1500 or less original attack. Having a restriction when you activate it. It's a substitution effect in graveyard, so that doesn't activate. So if you activate it for the first effect, I mean, I guess we were complaining about decks not locking enough, but that's kind of a weird lock. I get that they don't want this splashable and Earth Machine, but there's still going to be a splashable engine because Driller is literally a starter and Cutter as well. Both of these are literally starters for the deck, or any machine deck. But overall, I definitely think that RB needs to see the second wave of support. Mitsurugi was a great start going in a different direction, but then we have this that kind of looks like it doesn't do much right now. But it's gonna be an interesting time to see what else this deck can do. But anyways, I've been BoltSpider. I hope you guys did enjoy this light set introduction recap. But anyways, I'll see you all in the next video.